Welcome back. Well, as you gather around the holiday table, there are all kinds of options with what will be one of the centerpieces of your meal. And here to give us a look at some beef recipes for holiday dishes and even what you can do with leftovers, we welcome Whitney Carman from the Kentucky Beef Council. Thank you for being with us today.
Well, thank you for having us.
This is a great looking spread. It smells wonderful in here. I wish you could smell what we are. And tell us about what you're featuring today.
Well, today this is an herb beef or herb crusted beef roasted, and we've got roasted cauliflower with it. And it's a very simple recipe. I know you were saying earlier that a big piece of meat like this is kind of scary to some people.
It can be intimidating if you don't know what to do with it.
Intimidating, but the good news is it's actually a lot simpler to do than what you think. What I've got here, and we're going to show, this is exactly how easy it can be. We've got some minced garlic and some thyme here, and all you do is rub it on here. And this cut of beef actually particularly is a ribeye roast or a standing rib roast. It's got the bone in it. You can buy it without the bone too. It's going to cost you a little bit more, but it's if you don't want to have to cut the bone out, it's probably worth the little extra you'll pay for it. But this is actually the most common beef roast that we'll have during the year or during the holiday roasting season, and this is all you do is rub that on there because that flavor in there is all because of the beef, and you're just adding that extra herb and garlic flavor in there.
And that's one of the great things about beef. It's so flavorful to begin with. You don't really have to add a lot to it.
You don't, no, exactly. And this particular cut has quite a bit of marbling in it or flavor, and so you can just put it in the oven at about 350 degrees. And this cut is actually about 4 to 6 pounds, so about 20 to 22 minutes a pound. So about 2 hours and 15 minutes for medium rare, which is 145. And as you see here, I've got my meat thermometer, which is key. You want to use a meat thermometer to determine your doneness. So.
And how many people would this serve?
This will actually serve 6 to 8 people.
Wow.
So, and if you've got a larger roast, you'll have to up your 20 to 22 minutes a pound. And if you've got, say, a 10-pound roast, you can do the math and figure out how long you do it. 350 degrees in your oven. So, and that fat and that flavor and that is going to soak into the beef, and it's going to be marvelous.
Okay, well, I'm going to take your word for it. I'm going to have to try this. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And leftovers, folks always deal with what do we do with leftovers? You can only have so many ham sandwiches after a while. So if you've got beef as a featured item, you brought a special way to use your leftovers.
This is a Mediterranean beef wrap. And it's beef and vegetable wrap. It's got cucumbers and peppers and carrots and a little bit of hummus, as an additive in there. And it's actually, you got your leftover prime rib or your leftover beef roast or pot roast. Even if you have leftover pot roast, you can use in that wrap. It's very simple. You can eat it for breakfast the next morning or have it to serve your family as leftovers the next day. And it's simple and very, very easy to make.
Wonderful. And I think even if you have younger family members, kids always love wraps and being able to get stuff in there.
And your kids can actually, I was saying to someone the other day, they were like, how do I get my kids in the kitchen for the holidays? And I said, these rubs are really easy to make. Put some gloves on them or
they would love rubbing stuff all over.
Rub the roast with the garlic and the thyme, and that helps them. That gets them helping in their kitchen. So.
Wonderful. Well, if you want to learn more about any of these great recipes, we have a link on our website, WTVQ.com. You can also see a full lineup of beef recipes at the website you see there at the bottom of your screen. Beefwhatsfordinner.com. All kinds of holidays ideas, and as you mentioned, advice on properly cooking beef and getting the right temperature.
Yes, holiday roasting guides are all on that website. Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Sharing these holiday recipe ideas with beef. We will be right back with the last check of your forecast.